Hey guys, I'm Daisho here with the gameplay commentary on Modern Warfare 2, playing some Domination on High Rise. And this game is a little bit old, it's like a couple months old, and I am basically just playing some Domination on High Rise. Domination on High Rise is actually really probably one of the easiest game types for me, because all you really have to do is just spawn trap the other team, wait for them to come out, and just pick them off as they come out of one of the doors. So as you can see, I got the thermal sniper thingy going on, and I'm gonna try to pick off some people as they're going to be. I was thinking of doing the spawn snipe, but that didn't work. I couldn't really get anyone because I suck at sniping, but I don't know, I thought a couple of these shots should have hit. Either way, somebody takes me out pretty quickly. I don't know why he rushed all the way into C. It's not a very good idea. He died right after he killed me. But that's not really what I don't really want to talk about the gameplay per se. I want to talk about YouTube and the rising expectations. And I mean, a couple of people, I think I've watched a couple of videos about this. But alright, so I haven't been around. I've only been around watching YouTube videos since February or January or something like that of this year, maybe December of last year. But at that point, whatever you had to do, I mean, I'm going to go a little bit before that. So, from what I hear, in COD 4, people were doing montages, and that was the big thing. If you had a dazzle, then you could record, and then you would do a montage. And I mean, I haven't watched many montages, but I assume that they all started out as just playing around, getting a couple of nice clips and showing them in a video, then adding music, and then trying to sync it up, and then all these special effects came along. And I mean, that's pretty much the progression of montages. Everybody wants to always do something better than the person before them, because that's the best way to get noticed, and that's the best way to get views, if you do something unique. So it's just pretty much a never-ending cycle. Like, somebody's always going to try to do something to one-up the person behind them. I mean, that's true not only for something like YouTube, but in life in general, it's true. But I guess I'm going to just run through that progression on commentating. Is basically, from what I understand, XCal just put up videos, and people loved them so much, and then eventually he started commentating, or I don't know if he was the first one, but there was a couple other people who started commentating, and then they all started to get a little bit bigger, and then everybody's like, oh, I want to be like him, so I'm going to do it. But then they realized that nobody's going to subscribe to them because they're not as good as Blame Truth or XCal, and they're not as interesting. So they try to start doing more interesting things, like trying to get better gameplay, or just trying to be more unique. So for instance, let's go to the next thing, which is basically everyone tries to... Oh, okay, so sorry about that. I lost my train of thought for a second. But basically what I wanted to say is people were... first, at the beginning of Modern Warfare 2, everybody's... If you got a nuke, you're a god. And that's all people wanted to see. I mean, I don't care. Anybody can win a domination game or whatever. But I want to see you get a nuke. I don't care how you get it. You can sit in a corner and get it only with your claymores, and have a shotgun out, and have that become... I mean, and have that all your kills come from that. Then you get your Harriers, takes you straight to your chopper gunner, take you straight to your nuke. And that was extremely impressive, and that's all people wanted to see. Then it progressed a little bit, and people were like, well, that's not so hard. Anybody can do that. And it stopped becoming unique, so it stopped helping you gain more subscribers. Therefore, you didn't want it. People didn't want to see it as much anymore. They wanted to see rushing gameplay, or just really, really high scores. So even if you were able to camp, get your kill streaks up, and get amazing scores, then that was okay. But it came to a point where nobody wants to see that anymore. They want to see you rushing and getting high scores. And eventually, kill-streakless nukes came along, and then now, basically what we're up to is, if you camp with a kill-streakless nuke, it's pretty impressive, but what I really want to see is somebody rushing with a kill-streakless nuke. And, I mean, it's pretty insane how much the YouTube community progresses and how quickly it progresses, just because the more commentators there are, like now there are thousands and thousands of commentators, then the more competitive it becomes. People have to do things like what CNanners did, which was making that layout for his videos. You have to do stuff like that if you want to be successful. Then what T Martin and Onslaught are doing is basically they're putting a lot more time into their videos and editing them so that you actually get a full overview of the map, and they tell you exactly what they're going to do using visuals, and that becomes really interesting. But at the same time, there's a lot of, there's like a new fad. It's not as big as any of the other ones, but live commentaries, because people want to see your actual reactions to stuff that happens in the game. So that's why, that's at least why I do live commentaries. I think that you guys all enjoy them. I'm not really sure, I guess, but I certainly enjoy commentating them. And I'm not really going anywhere with this. I'm just kind of talking because I felt like it was a pretty interesting topic to talk about. But I don't really have much else to say about it. Basically, the YouTube community, or the Call of Duty YouTube community, grows really quickly because there's so many commentators. And as with anything in life, if there's a lot of people producing something, then it's gonna force everyone to do a better job in order to stand out from the pack. But then when everybody catches on to that, then you have to do something else new, and then you have to do something else new. So unless you have something inherently unique about you that nobody else is going to be able to recreate, then you're not going to be able to stand out, and you're just not going to be successful. So as you can see, I guess I'm just going to go back to the gameplay, because there's not really much else to say about the topic. So I'm running around with the Scar with holographic sight, I think, and I like the Scar. It's probably one of my favorite assault rifles in the game, but its slow reload combined with its tiny clip really bothers me, in that I can't use it with anything other than sleight of hand. Or if I'm using it with something other than sleight of hand, then I'm going to need to use my PP2000 as a backup, pretty much. So I don't know. Basically, it just has such a slow reload time that I feel every time I'm reloading, I can only kill 1 or 2 people per clip, and then even if I do get the kills, then somebody else is just going to come up from behind me and kill me. So what I find that I have to do is put on sleight of hand so that I can reload quickly, or if I have a secondary that I can just pop out and use as a primary, then that works just as well. But as you can see, I did a failure of an emergency airdrop. I figured it out a couple of days ago. Somebody left a comment in one of my videos, but basically what happens with the E-drop is you throw it in a direction, and then the first one will land where you throw it, but then all of the others will land further towards the direction where you throw it. I don't know if that was easy to understand or not, but basically you want to throw it away from the boundaries of the map or buildings or whatever, and then you'll be able to get more of your things. But I think I lost a couple of sentry guns and a stealth bomber because of that. But what I find with emergency airdrop is on maps that are either big or where you're not going to run into enemies very often, it's very beneficial to use that, because there's a better chance that all of the things that you're going to get are going to total more than 8. So for instance, a UAV would be 3, a counter UAV would be 4, a stealth bomber would be 9, you know what I'm talking about. There's a much greater chance that one of those is going to be above they're going to total above 8. So it'll end up being worth it for you to use the emergency airdrop if you're going to be able to get it. But if you're playing on a small map like Scrapyard or something, then there's a very good chance that you're just going to get taken out and you're not going to be able to recover all of the packages on the of the airdrop. And in that case, not like, let's say you get a Pablo and a Harrier strike and whatever, an ammo crate and a UAV, and you pick up the Pavlo and the UAV, then you're right, you got 12, but the enemy takes the Harrier, so that's -7, so then you're only at 5. And it's not really, it's an interesting, it's not like it's an interesting way to look at the whole emergency airdrop thing, but it's not like, oh well, if I get 3 UAVs and a counter UAV, then it's so much better than if I had just waited one more kill and got a Pavlo, because sometimes you're gonna want to use the Pavlo, and it's gonna be more useful than having 3 UAVs or something like that. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed this commentary, and if you did, please leave a rating or a comment. I would really appreciate it. And the final score is 44-9, so I hope you all have a nice day. Bye.